My signal sucks up here. I'm gonna check from my laptop to see if I can see the stream, and then if so, see how well it's showing up. But you guys can drop in the comments below. Um, Let me know if you guys see the stream. Let's see. Ron's Rides. All right. Looks like that Ron's Rides guy is live. Let's check out his stream. Let's see how it looks. Oh, okay. Looks pretty good. Can you guys hear me okay? Just let me know down in the chat. I got to work on this chat too. I'm trying out the vertical live streams again. It looks like it's showing up on my laptop. So yeah, looks like we're live. We're live. We're live. Let me know in the comments, or sorry, the chat, if you guys can hear me okay and if the video is okay. Because my signal right now looks like hot garbage. So I don't know how well it's gonna show up. But what I wanted to do while I'm here is for those who celebrate, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, which was yesterday here in the United States. And if you guys love consumerism, are you guys celebrating Black Friday today, which is one of the biggest shopping days of the year here in the United States? Let me know down in the comments. Let me see. Okay, leaderboard. Okay, I want to make sure this is going to everybody. Um, I'm still working on all of this when it comes to vertical live stream. So let me see. Be the first and leaderboard. Which one? 427. Okay, so we don't want to just do top fans there. Oh, but I guess that's a leaderboard thing. All right, so let me see. Oh, sorry guys, I'm using this gimbal too, so I can get that to properly. I'm telling you, I feel like a noob at this sometimes with the live streams. Okay, so let's see. Is it locked? Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. It's gonna bounce around. I'm using the gimbal, so it's gonna. There we go. All right, let's straighten it up. Oh. All right. Who's there? Let me see in the chat if you guys are there. I guess I didn't check my chat settings either. Chat filter, all messages. Oh, okay, it only said top messages. Okay, so yeah, I'm still trying to figure this out. All right, so whoever wants to hop in and say what's up, please feel free. Yeah, I don't want to hide any messages. Show every message, including potential spam. I might be spamming. Let me see. Can I get in the chat? I can start a poll. I can start a Q&A. Can I actually get in the chat though? I don't know if I can chat with you guys. If not though, well, I mean, I'm obviously chatting with you now, but I don't know if I can comment on the chat. If you guys can hit the chat, make sure you guys do so. And for the live chat, and let me just see what I can do. I might actually try to do on my old channel. Let me see. I think I can do the chat from here. But anyways, figuring all this out. Again, to all of those who celebrated yesterday, happy Thanksgiving to you guys and your families. And then for those who are doing Black Friday shopping, how are you guys doing? Are you guys getting some good deals? Are you guys, out there fighting people in line? And, after you go from being thankful one day, the next day, you're punching people trying to get the best deal and get as much as you can for what is essentially Christmas shopping, or could just be personal use. I want to know down in the comments and in the chat. I was here for Thanksgiving, and then I went out, and then I came home, and then I played some Halo with the boys, with my best friends. We got on live, did that. Probably a little too late. I was up to like 2:30 a.m., something like that. And now if I look tired, that's why, because I was still up doing my thing at this amount of time. And yeah, so that was on me. But with that said, I know it's been a little bit since I made like a full long form video. So apologies about that. Just holiday times, busy, taking some time doing some other things. So nothing particularly that I need to post on the channel, and show to you guys specifically when it comes to Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari. There's a couple of things that I'm thinking I can do, but right now I don't have anything specific, but I have something special for you guys coming next week. That I'm going to go check out a couple of very special cars, and then I will more than likely I might live stream there too to show you guys if you are around and you want to see it. I can show you guys the special Alfa Romeos that I'm going to go see. And I can also post some long form and vlog style videos. I'll be going with a couple of people. Um, you might know Lewis with the MC20. You guys might know AB. He has the Stelvio Quadrifoglio. He's always in these lives. You guys are going to know Modded Motors, of course, Ricky. We're supposed to be linking up a bunch of people from Alfa Romeo Owners Club out in Orlando and all around going to this as well. I have what is the youngest Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio owner probably here in the United States, and it is lady driven. She's an Alfista. She'll be going as well, so I can introduce you guys to her. As we've been meaning to link up and create some videos together, but just hasn't happened. Well, Guy USA, what's going on? How are you? How was your? Are you celebrating the holiday this week or this weekend for you, wherever you are? I mean, obviously in the USA, but are you celebrating the weekend, and how has it been so far? But yeah, so I'll be doing that with you guys. When it comes to newer cars, I mean, I guess we'll wait for some 2026 Alfa Romeos to show up. Really, we're going to get the Giulia and Stelvio as we see them on the Giorgio platform again for the next couple of years. What will happen with the 2025 and 2026? Probably not much at all. They're going to do what they've been doing the past couple of years and probably just strip down some things or change some things when it comes to colorways and stuff like that for 2026, or they might leave it the same. I mean, the intensive models are, hitting lots and have been hitting lots for the past couple of months, but those are still 2025s. And this is a weird one for Alfa because normally by this time of the year, they would already have their next model year sitting on dealership lots. Even with the Tonale, since the Tonale refresh is coming here to the United States, I heard that's not coming to dealership lots until early January next year. So it's a weird time because Alfa normally, starting October would start having the next model years already, on the boats and on their way over here. So it's just like a weird stalemate in space between new cars and what's already on the lot versus what's coming in the new model years. So I haven't been filming too much of that stuff for you guys because for the most part, same with Maserati. There's some big changes coming to a couple of cars or a specific car that I'll hold my breath on until it gets there. But I will be filming that as well when that hits the lot and, kind of do that walk around with you guys. And then Alfa Romeo, again, really what we're going to see this new is the new Tonale here in the States. And then the Julian Stelvio, again, just kind of carrying over until we get those special editions. And more than likely, the special editions will probably come mid or spring next year. I'm assuming. I don't think they'll start off with sending special editions right away. I think that will come after they start a few 2026 model years right off the back. The toenail, the toenail. Yes, the tonale. I gotta say it in my tonale. I gotta say it that way. But yes, the toenail. But what do you guys think about the refreshed tonale? I at first I was like, okay, it's not bad, but now I'm really starting to see it when people are posting the pictures and videos of them actually going around the car. I'm like, man, that's actually pretty sharp. And it takes styling cues from the GTA and 155 and everything like that. I think it's the 155. I definitely think that they tried to do something to make it more Italian and less French in that sense. They would never admit that it's more of a French design, but I mean, it's not as French as the Junior, right? But with that said, they tried to take Alfa Romeo heritage and fuse it in, and it looks good to me. I think it looks great. It's a well-needed refresh. I definitely think that the interior looks good. I don't think the US version has the turn dial for the gear selector. I think that's an EU thing only. Just like with the 2025 model year, the EU got the turn dial in the center console to change between drive, reverse, neutral, things like that. I think still here in the US, we get the gear lever. So you're not going to see a change there, but the materials and things like that, you'll see a change. I really wish they would have done some stuff to the rear bumper. Not that it needed much, but I feel like the refresh for the front and a little tweak in the rear, even if it's just like a little indentation. I know you got to do crash testing and tunnels and air tunnels and all that. I get it, but it just would have been cool to see like a little tweak here and there to the rear to separate it from its Hornet cousin. Because still looking at it from the rear, you're squinting your eyes and be like, is that a Hornet, Dodge Hornet, or is that Alfa Romeo? Until you see the emblem, you're like, oh, okay, okay, okay. So I wish there was some discretion there and some distinction between the two. Headlights are only great part. The headlights look beautiful. What's going on? I know I decided to jump in these random live streams. I figured Black Friday, why not? I know people are out and about. Some people are off work. Some people are shopping. So why not come chat with you guys? And I'm still testing out the vertical live streams. I'll probably do this one more time and then go back to regular live streams and things like that. Also, I can't get in the chat and send this to you guys. But I have actually, I'm gonna send it from my old account that I still use. I'm gonna need you guys to check out the RonsRides merch. Just check it out. For Black Friday weekend, I'm doing this whole all weekend. You can get this hoodie or the t-shirts and things like this for 35% off if you use the code BLK25, which is Black 25 for Black Friday. I'm gonna send you guys a code just in case you guys haven't gotten it, but I'm gonna send it on my first account. You guys probably don't even know about, a lot of you guys probably don't even know about this. Let's see if it actually shows up. It might not even show up because they might think it's spam. They might think, yeah, I don't even think it's showing up. It's in the link in my description. So if you guys want to go check it out, make sure you guys do. But yeah, I don't even think it'll show up because it's a website link. So they don't like that normally on the chats. Europeans prove they don't like US based on the cars they don't send us. Listen, I really, really wish we would have gotten a GTA, right? That was a special car. Couldn't be. I don't think it could be homologated because of the roll cage. Well, at least the GTA-M and everything like that. Um, they did give us the Alfa Romeo 4C 33 Stradale or the 33 Tributo or whatnot, 33 of those. That was the US only. They also gave us the Giulia and Stelvio Quadrifoglio Carbon Edition. That was US only. So it seemed like they were trying to like appease to the US audience as well, but not necessarily like, hey, we're gonna do this as a substitute. But it's like, hey, well, here's something we got for you as well. So I just that was probably tough. I really wanted to see the GTA and GTA-M. I would have loved that, or even if they did a Stelvio version where they did have a roll cage, but just did the body kit, maybe a horsepower bump, the exhaust, the Krapovic exhaust, and things like that would have been also pretty dope. I'm also into the carbon. Yes, yeah, the carbon editions are dope. I love it because of the contrast between the color of the car, the gold calipers, which you can only get on the 100th anniversario editions, which were only 100 between the Stelvio and Giulia, and then the red interior because you couldn't get quadrifolios with red interiors. So I thought that was really cool for the carbon editions, and they just look beautiful with the carbon scudetto, the mirror caps. They didn't really do much to the back, but darken the badges and stuff like that. But yeah, I really love the carbon editions. So again, they make it make sense over there, right? They have people, they get paid a lot of money to make these financial and logistical business decisions, right? So maybe it just didn't make sense, but we could dream, and maybe for the next iteration of a GTA, for the next generation, Giulia and Stelvio, maybe we'll get something like that. Now, I want to know, what engines do you guys think that we're getting in the next generation Giulia and Stelvio, especially the quadrifolios, because we have the Hurricane engines, right? We have the Nettuno. They could share that with Maserati. I mean, the Grecale already uses the Nettuno, but it does use it on the Giorgio platform because that's what the Grecale is based off of, is the Giorgio platform. Same with the Gran Turismo and Gran Cabrio. They're both on the Giorgio platform. They're both using a different version of the Nettuno that is from the, derived from the MC20. So when it comes to engines, I know Dodge has a couple different Hurricane engines. And I mean, a 500 horsepower quadrifoglio sounds great, but it should be more, right? Because we've already dabbled in the 500 horsepower range. And I'm not saying that horsepower is the end all be all, right? It's not all about horsepower. It's about the nimbleness, the agility, the lightness, the overall driving dynamics of the car. And you stick a bunch of horsepower in something, it's only going to go straight sometimes, right? You know, that's the American way of thinking. Um, but it definitely should be. I feel like the Quadrifoglio should at least step it up to the 600 range. And I say that because the Trofeo, Ghibli, Quattroporte, and Levante all had 580 horsepower out of their V8 engines. And I feel like Alfa Romeo really deserves that kind of shine. I feel like they should come in with this next generation new groundbreaking model and still be under the same amount of horsepower that those cars had, you know. But then again, going back to my point, you have to make the horsepower make sense, right? So if you can still make it a light car, if you can still make it handle well, if you can still make it sound good, if you can make all these things work together, shift fast with the transmission they may use, because it's not going to be a ZF, it's not going to necessarily have a carbon fiber drive shaft, it might not have 50-50 weight distribution, all on the Giorgio platform. They were ahead of their time when they created this thing. So again, where do we fall then? What's the good number there? What kind of engine? Does it need to be distinct to Alfa Romeo, like taking the two cylinders off the 90-degree V6 that they had, you know, and making it something special? That's a tough one. And again, we've talked about this before over and over, because the designers, the marketers, the engineers, all those people over there have such a tough job. We may give them crap because it's not what we want, or it's not what we expected, or it's not when we expect it, but they have a tough job over there to get all of this done correctly. So it's one of those things to where, like, I making a car is hard. I would never want to be in this position, but I'd rather be on this side of everything and be able to talk about it. If they only went naturally aspirated with the Quadrifoglio engine and made a smaller coupe for it, that would be. I think Alfa Romeo Coupe is well overdue. I think Alfa Romeo Spider is well overdue. I don't, as much as we want to see it, a wagon would be awesome, but there's not really much of a market here, at least here in the United States. I know we still get the RS6 here in the United States, but we don't really get too many wagons here at all. So I'm not sure how well that will sell, but I definitely think a Spider and a Coupe is that needs to be Alfa Romeo's pipeline. That needs to be down their pipeline for sure. Um, I saw the new 2023 MC20 Cielo sell for over 100K less than MSRP. Yeah, listen, I believe it. I've been searching just to see. Now I'm just curious. And I mean, those cars, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And you know how Maserati is, they fall really, really hard. For people who are in that price bracket, though, um, depending on what their intentions are with the car, I don't think they care as much if they're trying to flip. I mean, if they're trying to flip it, it's different. But people who can buy those kind of cars, more than likely will have them for a while, and then if they sell them, they sell them. But you know, when you're talking about starting MSRP at $300,000, you know, at the end of the day, it's still a $300,000 car. It still has $300,000 parts, right? So people who are buying these cars at $100,000 are still planning on the ownership cost being, you know, that high price, that high ticket price. So they still got the money to take care of it and do all these things. And people, again, in those tax brackets who could spend over $250,000 on a car, they might not worry about it as much. But for the consumers who are just getting into it, it's a really good deal. You can get any kind of MC20 at 150K. That is absurd. Because remember, when the Gran Turismo, the last iteration in 2018 was out, what was that? $140,000? Could you imagine? Let me just pay an extra $10,000 and I got MC20. Now, granted, that Gran Turismo was the base price. I believe was 139,000 to start before you added options. But still, I feel like the MC20 is much more of a car than that Gran Turismo was. So I definitely feel like it should have been higher. But we all agree that it was a little crazy high for Maserati's, you know, kind of overall idea of what they wanted to buy it, or wanted people for to buy it, for the MC20, for the Gran Turismos and things like that. But they are sexy cars. They're capable cars. They are just, you love to see these cars being made. I just hope it all works out for Maserati, that the right people come and pick them up and appreciate them, and they still, you know, get that business from that upper echelon of clientele. Us, we don't necessarily have a dog in that fight, but you know, Genesis coming out with high performance wagons to compete with Audi and BMW. You're right. Okay, Genesis is killing it lately. Did you see the Magma? the EV, and then they had the like the supercar concept they just revealed. Those look sick. And you also bring up a good point because I forgot about this. Kia's EV4 wagon is supposed to be coming out. They just showed that at the LA Auto Show here in the United States. It made its debut, I think, here, but it's been put out there for months now, earlier this year. But yeah, that's gonna be sick. I can't wait to see that. So yeah, they do have some wagons. I just don't know on Alpha's side if that would make sense for a quad. Like it'd have to be a quadrifolio wagon, right? Like because the price of it, I feel like it's just going to be in that price range, and that's going to be that kind of buyer. They could buy a quadrifolio. So I don't know, but I would love to see it. I can afford an MC20, but I wonder why it would be worth 2 times what the last NSX sold for. Okay, so with that said, check out Car Wizard. He has Julia 4-cylinder with over 100,000 miles, trouble free. That's all. Thank you for telling me that because I'm still looking at Julia's, and with today's economy, I don't know if I want to get into a quad right away. I've said this a couple of times because prices are expensive. Um, their interest rates are crazy. The tariff costs on parts coming in are insane, and I don't want to take that gamble. So I definitely feel like I could get a 2 liter, and build it up on the channel and kind of work my way up gradually to a quad. So if I know that I can get a higher mileage car, maybe in the 70, 60,000 plus range, I can still have some life out of it, especially if I take care of it. It's all going to depend on the previous owner. So you got to do the Carfax and everything like that. But yeah, that gives me hope. As far as the MC20 and the NSX, I feel like a lot of this stuff comes down to, I don't want to say badge or brand, but what you can do to customize a Maserati, what it kind of means with the heritage and history. It is I, like the Fear City program. There's so many cool things you can do with these cars and ways you can customize them, and it just feels so luxurious and lavish, and it feels the Italian way. There's just something about those Italians that really get to you, and I feel like if I had a highly customized and spec'd out MC20 next to an NSX, it wouldn't be the same experience. Like I'm taking the MC20 every time. It's that allure, it's that passion, it's the experience of having that car. Versus the NSX could be a great car, right? And it's got some good looks, but it doesn't give off that same passion and feeling that you would get looking at it. You know what I mean? Like it's great for what it is, but it's not that captures you, and it's very captivating to the eyes, to the soul. And I'm making a commercial for Maserati right now. I'm not doing this on purpose, but if you guys want to cut the check, Maserati, feel free. But yeah, so I feel like I just, being in this industry for so long, I still get, I see MC20, I'm like, wow, that shit is beautiful. Like the lines, I mean, just the overall looks, the theatrics with the doors, just, I mean, even the engine bay, the way that they sculpted and tailored this thing, it just, it is what it is. So I feel like, is it worth the price you pay? As obviously it's going to be subjective, right? I'm sure they put a lot into their cars. I'm sure a lot of the stuff that they source costs a lot of money, like their audio, like their materials and things like that. And it's a great engine with great reviews. A lot of people love it. So they've built a very, very good car. Should should be worth that price. I mean, if you have something great, if you have a great product, people will pay for it, right? If you have a exclusive work of art, right? People are going to look at that and say, "I'll pay 5 million for that." No, that's worth 10 million. Like it's really to each their own, and it's very subjective. But yeah, to me, MC20 all day over the NSX. But again, I don't have the pockets for that to have a dog in that fight. But that's where my head's going. Um, you from Argentina? What's going on? Stelvio kind of hits the wagon hot hatch need. That's true. AR would be more appropriate making a hot hatch. Okay, so and would that be for the American market? Because I mean, when you think about the junior, where does that fall in line with all of this? Because again, you have the Stelvio, the Tonale, and the Junior. We don't have the Junior here, of course, but like, where's your market segment between those three cars? Like, is a person buying the Stelvio going to be interested in the wagon, or is a person buying the Junior going to be interested in the wagon, or is it the person buying the Julia, which the wagon could be that much more substantial when it comes to overall space and things like that? Like, so it's a good question. I'm sitting on an MK1 997 GT3. Oh, with ceramic brakes I brought new, sitting a low mile one over 209,000. Oh, that's beautiful. You probably don't know this, but I do other car channels and stuff like that. And I've reviewed two Porsches over the past 2 weeks. I did a 2018 911 Carrera S in black. And I did, what was the blue one I just did? It is a 718 Cayman, a 718 Cayman Boxster. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it was shark blue. So I'm getting into the Porsches as well. I'm a car enthusiast through in and throughout, but I'm learning more and more about these cars. So yeah, I've been getting into the Porsches as well. So yeah, let's see. I love the MC20 look, just too pricey for me. I get it. If it had a manual trans, that's another thing. For the pure enthusiast cars, does Alfa Romeo or Maserati bring a manual transmission into the mix and really, speak to those folks who really would drive these cars, the people who would afford these cars would buy them because they're enthusiasts and they want that manual transmission. It wouldn't be the posers who just want the car just to look good or to sit in the garage. It's the people who want to actually drive them and experience them. Manual transmissions might be where it's at, since it's not going to be a high market for that, item anyway, because of the price point or whatever it may be, or the limited availability or exclusivity. Why not throw a manual transmission in there? Now, I say that again very loosely because building cars are hard, again, so you can't just throw a manual transmission in a car. But again, just thinking out loud. Yeah, it's niche for sure. For sure. The man is so strong with the Porsche GT cars with manual trans. Sad no other brands want to put a manual in their car. I'm telling you, and I'm not even great at driving a manual. Trust me. I've been better, but I've yeah. I mean, I haven't really owned any manual cars. My two Ghiblis I've had obviously automatic. I had a Stinger. I had a 5 Series. I had a Charger, two Pontiac Grand Ams, Telluride. I mean, like all the cars I've had haven't been manual transmissions, so I haven't really had to practice. But I can move them around, but that's about it. um, I could have had an M20 or M2, sorry, M2 CS for MSRP. Anyway, I wanted it since only automatic available Los Angeles. Yeah, and see again, because that that car didn't have what you wanted, that a true driver and enthusiast would want, you would be willing to pay ticket for it to get that. And again, that's a very niche audience, but at the same time, the demand is there. The demand is there for, um, you know, V8 engines, V10 engines, V12 engines. The demand is there for manual transmissions. The demand is there for coupes. These things out here, we've kind of lost track of over the past, I would say, probably 10 years, no, I'll say 5 years, that we start to really go off topic with, SUV the world, EV the world, make everything super cheap and entry level. And, we do get special projects here and there. But I feel like catering to the real car enthusiast, we don't really have much of that out there anymore. That's like the obtainable stuff. We're not talking about the 33 Stradale. We're not talking about the MC Extrema. But things that even putting V8 and newer Ferraris and putting manuals in newer Ferraris, things like that. It's a lost art. Yeah, Ferrari manual. See, exactly. Ferrari manuals from past have very strong resale value. Exactly, exactly. Too many bean counters calling shots at the automakers. Yeah, especially in the EU. The EU, did you? Well, you guys might not follow me on Instagram, but I posted about how Stellantis told the EU that their ICE ban by 2035 is a fantasy. Which, hey, they had some balls to say that and stand up to them. Like, you're not banning internal combustion engines it don't matter if it's 10 years from now. It's not going to happen, right? So again, I feel like the government pushback of doing all this stuff and trying to appease to the crowd, but also trying to make sure that you're following the regulations and rules so you can do business. It's always a double-edged sword, and it's tough on everybody, unfortunately. So yeah, it's a thing, and we can't necessarily go after the automakers all the time. Excuse me, because they have those people breathing down their backs. And again, back to my point, making cars is hard. Renault R5 EV won Euro Car of the Year. Interesting. Wow. Car of the Year. I mean, I don't know who the market is for that. You guys do got a lot of smaller roads out there. I'm sure smaller cars makes more sense. And EVs, I'm not, and I'm assuming the R5 is a smaller kind of like hatch crossover style EV. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure over here in the United States, what did Motor Trend? I think Motor Trend did the Golf R, I think got Car of the Year, Volkswagen Golf R, for this year. So hot hatch, right? It doesn't have a manual. They took that out for this year. So that's one thing it has working against it. But again, they still enjoyed it. So again, the hatches, small cars, very light, powerful. I definitely think the people want the fun cars to drive, and they want some experience, and they don't want that to die. And I definitely think that that's what we're seeing a lot of in the automotive industry. It's a weird time to be in the automotive industry, but it takes folks that speak out about it, that keep these cars alive, that work on them, that drive them, that show them off, or that just advocate for these things behind the scenes and in the offices and in the courtrooms and things like that. It takes a lot of all this together to, keep the dream alive. So all new minis are automatic, sadly. Yeah, see, everything's kind of just losing its way, I feel like. And again, they cater to a larger audience, right? But can we have a little bit of both? Can we do a little bit of both? Um, really quick, if you guys can you hit the like button on this? I'm gonna probably change the thumbnail. I just had it like my Black Friday thing just to throw it up there because it's Black Friday and stuff like that. But some of you guys might not check it out because the thumbnails look like that you're shopping. Thank you for the thumbs up. Make sure you hit it on the ticker if you haven't already. But really, it's a weird space to be in. It's a weird part of the year for both the Italian brands that I cover for the main part. So we'll get some new videos shortly, possibly more than likely tomorrow, and then some next week. But I'm doing something very special for you guys next week. So I just wanted to hop on and say that. Also, the RonsRides merch, you're looking at it. I got a new store. All right, I'm working with Fourth Wall, so I got some new items there. So make sure you guys go check this out because it's on sale all weekend. BLK25 or 35% off if you use that coupon code. The link is in the description of this live stream. It should be, if you go, I'm looking at it right now. If you go to more, click on more, right under the description, you'll see Shop RonsRides merch. Go check that link out. I got t-shirts, stuff like that, a couple cheaper things. I will be adding more stuff to the store as well. So make sure you guys check that out. First things first, appreciate the support you guys show, even just by watching the videos, by clicking the like button, by commenting, showing up. I appreciate you guys for that as well. This is just another way for me to brand and market and get myself out there. So I'm going to wear this stuff. You guys are going to see me with it. So if you want to cop some of it, that's how you can do it, and at a discount all weekend long. With that, I appreciate the conversation today. And again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody who celebrates. Thank you for helping me fix my live stream and figure this out, because again, I'm doing the vertical live stream. So I'll have the last one that I'll do for a while. I'll have it all figured out by then, and it will probably be in a special place that you guys are going to want to see at some point. These all post to the channel, so if you missed the live stream itself, you will see the stream on the channel anyways. But I'm gonna let you guys go. 35 minutes. Wow. You guys stuck with me. I appreciate it. I've been yapping. But hopefully you guys got some good conversation and some good yappage from me today. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, check the links in the description for the merch, all that good stuff. And I appreciate you guys, as always. Take it easy. Thank you.